So having completed all the achievements in Turtle Pack, we move on to try and pick up some of the stragglers in the other packs. And I have a few left in Puppy that I've never completed. I guess it's not surprising, Puppy was revamped not all that long ago. Although actually I think I do have some missing that were in the original pack, so Puppy itself is one of the ones we're going to go for in this video. Maybe there are some others, I can't remember off the top of my head. But the update came out for Star yesterday, so clearly there are a bunch more achievements needed there as well. The update doesn't really affect Puppy Pack all that much. The only significant change is that Moth doesn't buff itself anymore if you put it up front. So I guess that does make it quite a big difference if you're playing Versus. But for Arena, I don't think it's a huge issue. Of course, if you were playing against all packs now, you are going to have more things that you could angle. But for the purposes of this video, I was playing Puppy versus Puppy only. And the pets that I'm interested in going for here, we're going for another double achievement. So I want to get both Puppy and Robin at the same time. And the reason for that is that ideally I want to play Robin level 3 at the front, have Puppy switch to using weakness from the toilet paper at the end, and then have the triple snipe from the nest deal lots of damage as a result of the weakness. Now, I went into this knowing full well that it was going to be not a very good combo, but because there is such strong scaling available in this pack, it should definitely be possible to get a win anyway. So we've had a really good start here. We already have a, 13-12 Puppy on turn 6 with Garlic. So yeah, just feeding it its own lasagnas manages to push the stat line quite a lot. And I think we are, we put the pie on the chipmunk, and then we'll take pie instead of meat bone, and then also give it to the poodle. Poodle I think is only going to be here temporarily until we find something better. But because the Robin and the Puppy are on different tiers, we at least are getting 1-1 per turn. Opposing Robin, although they probably more sensibly are running an owl team. So there is a little bit of a synergy going on there. And we'll boost the Robin instead of the Puppy since it's already quite far on. So yeah, the pack was up on screen there for a second. Let me know in the comments if there are any specific achievements in there that you want me to go for. Originally, when I was trying to do this, I thought I might be able to get Puppy, Robin and Mosasaurus all at the same time while still going for that weakness synergy. But yeah, that was proving way too difficult, especially with Mosasaurus at the end. You know, you're really struggling to find all the level ups in time, because generally you want to win as soon as possible so that you don't have to go up against the, massively wide scale teams of all tier 5 and 6 units, because the Robin and the Puppy just aren't going to be able to compete with those. So surprisingly, I do actually give a chocolate to the poodle here. I can't remember exactly what happens in this run, but I think, I'm sure the poodle is going to go sooner rather than later. Of course, like I mentioned on yesterday's video, I am trying to get through the backlog of footage from before the update. Hopefully it's not going to be too noticeable, especially on Puppy Pack and Unicorn Pack, which... not Unicorn, Puppy and Golden. I guess Unicorn hasn't changed that much either, but there are quite a few pets with the Friend Ahead ability, which is also affected the same as Moth. And having had a bunch of fails on this, I decided that Lionfish was the way to go. I would bring the Lionfish in. It's the one tier 6 unit I think that can provide the most value in terms of, the rapid scaling with the toys. I guess that's debatable, maybe something like Octopus as well. But because we're going to go for all weakness using the toilet paper, I think the Lionfish dealing a lot of snipes in one go is going to be very effective. So I think here we are going to sacrifice the nest for one turn, even though I would have liked to have played a 4-squad the entire way. And then we'll buy the salt for the Lionfish and then let it take the buff from the flashlight. The thing is, in Puppy Pack, you really, when you get to the later stages, you have there's much less flexibility. You're unlikely to face any low statted summon teams. Every team is going to have huge stats. So you really just can't opt out of going for a high statted team unless you're going to win on turn 10, 11, 12. I think maybe at the end here we will have a clip where I end up facing a team that looks relatively weak in comparison. I don't remember. But since we find a puppy, we are going to switch to using the toilet paper. Now there you can see what happens with the order of the toys, that actually the toilet paper went first and then it was covered over by Peanut. I'm not sure if that's 100% random or not. There was a time when the toys used to have their own attack values, and so you could guarantee the order, but I'm pretty sure that was changed so that they all have the same attack now. Doberman at the front of this team, you can see what I mean. We're only on turn 13, and already we're starting to face teams that have extremely aggressive scaling. We have a level 2 Puma and the TV as well, coupled with the axolotl. And of course you can just buy pancakes for permanent scaling as well. So we'll take the refresh on the toy, and then we buy the pancakes for the poodle. Not the poodle, the Puma. Kind of surprised that the poodle is hanging on this long. I must have been thinking of a different run where I had the poodle for only a couple of turns. But here's level 3 lionfish on turn 14. And this is something else that Puppy Pack has that can be very tough to deal with. And that's teams that hit the jackpot with goldfish. So that can mean that they ended up having so much gold to spend on turn 9, 10, 11 that they end up with level 3 tier 6 units far earlier than you would expect them to, as we managed to level up our own tier 6 lionfish to level 2. And with the pancakes, that will actually push it to 30 attack. The poodle hits it anyway, so we get to the 30 attack threshold, which is going to give it an extra snipe. And with the triple weakness, we're doing a lot more damage. I mean, obviously lionfish was nerfed, but it can still be extremely effective when hitting pets that have had their equipment removed. So I think poodle is going to go now. And this is another problem with going for this specific build, is that once you reach the level 3 puppy, you only have one chance, because there's no waffle. I guess you could angle a catfish if you were playing against all packs, but I think that's pretty unlikely. So once you activate the level 3 toilet paper, you only have 2 turns and then it's going to go away. You could have a flying squirrel as well, obviously, but for the sake of this build, we just didn't really have space for it. And then now we get to 9 wins. I'm going to put the Robin up front and just hope that this is the last turn. And incredibly, we get the level 3 lionfish on turn 17 with the exact amount of gold required. So here we go. We cover everything with weakness, the entire opposing team. The Robin spawns the nest. It does a bunch of damage. I think it actually did matter there. And then the lionfish is going to eliminate their stingray at the back. And we have the sole survivor, the Puma, left over. So there you can see the Puppy and Robin achievements being activated. Now at this stage, I wasn't super happy with that run because we had the huge lionfish. I wanted to try again and try and win earlier so that I don't need to go for the huge level 3 tier 6 unit. And so what we're doing here is we actually end up with more puppies than we need. But what we're doing here is using the flashlight scaling to try and get ahead of the curve. You can see the Robin is 2841 on turn 12. Now there are still going to be teams that can crush us despite having a gigantic unit like that, because the stats just aren't worth as much on a Robin as they would be on one of the tier 6s. So we double activate the flashlight with the Puma, and now we can buy both puppies and switch to the toilet paper. So we aren't going to cover the entire team. It's just going to be 4 units that are going to get weakness. But in most cases that you'd think that would be good enough. And look at this team here. They've already got level 3 Elephant Seal on turn 13 with the Sauropod and Panther as well. That kind of thing, it's so rare to see that in other packs where they have all high tier units that are scaled so aggressively. So we get one more chance before the toilet paper breaks. And luckily it gives us this squad, which, I mean, if you compare it to the round before, it's like night and day. It's all low tier units except from the Puma, and we do end up winning. I'm not sure how much difference the nest plus weakness synergy really made there, but I was happy to get a win that didn't involve having the massive lionfish. So here are some other clips that I wanted to show. The very similar team to the first run here. Got the lionfish ready to level up to level 3. We face a similar opposing team, and I think we're going to lose as a result. Yep, the lionfish snipes a puma, and that means that the toy is going to break. We don't have a flying squirrel, and so it's now impossible for us to get the level 3 toy back again without buying another 6 puppies and chocolates. So at this point, I could have just stopped, really. I could have just sold everything and thrown, because I didn't really want to get the achievement without having the synergy involved at all. But I think here I knew that the writing was on the wall, so I just let the game go anyway to see what would happen. And yeah, as you can see, we're going to lose here, although it is quite close. I'm not sure if it would have made a difference there. If we had the weakness, maybe we would have actually won that. But yeah, your timing has to be spot on if you're going to try and use one of the level 3 toy pets without having Flying Squirrel. And since they changed the Flying Squirrel where you have to level it up to level 3 to keep the level 3 toy, I mean, it's nowhere near as strong as it used to be. And yeah, here we go. Full, well, not quite full tier 6 team. They do have the bat. Maybe they were going for the bat achievement. But yeah, a familiar story here. A few runs ended the same way, where the toy just ran out. Now, since this is an achievements video, we might as well just deal with some of the other ones that I have in the backlog. And I wanted to show this run, although I don't get an achievement here. This was quite an original team in Golden Pack. I hadn't seen anyone do this, where they have the surgeonfish spend the trumpets, and then they use Egyptian vulture Vikita to get back to 50-50 golden retriever. So very rare to see an atypical team like that. But in the end, I didn't get the achievement for the lizard in that run. So here is the lizard just as a passenger at the back, while we have the standard Nyala nurse shark with the Pteranodon resummon. And yeah, the resummon makes such a difference in terms of the damage output. And yeah, we have a nurse shark inside the beluga as well, just for good measure. So there's the lizard achievement. And then next one is squid. This one, looking at it back, it doesn't really make a lot of sense because I'm feeding stats to the squid with the surgeonfish, even though it was already almost at 50 health. So maybe I should have rearranged here. I guess you could argue that the surgeonfish does counter durian on the opposing team, but probably better if I'd rearranged the squad. So that's another one down for Golden Pack. I'm not sure how many in total I still have left to go. Maybe I'll check that before I do the next achievements video.